Happy Monday, everyone. I hope everyone had a fabulous weekend. I want to talk about stories that you might not want to use in your marketing. Last week at the Oscars, one man told a joke in poor taste, another assaulted him. Yes, a slap is a physical assault. A slap is a form of violence. And after it happened, I noticed several people started sharing the video and posting it out. Even people who are speaking out against the violence repeatedly posted the same video, which I thought was a bit odd. And I even noticed that some marketing professionals used it as a gimmick, as a marketing gimmick. I even received an email with the subject line, "I'm gonna slap you," a day or so after the incident. So maybe the content creator was trying to be funny. I don't know. I did open the email to see where it was going. And, the idea was that, yeah, sometimes, we all need like a slap to get us going. So, yes, this was metaphorical, appropriate. I don't think using current events in your marketing is always an appropriate response to them. As a content strategist and a storyteller, I'm just going to encourage you today to really think about what you put out on this platform, especially LinkedIn. I mean, but all platforms, but especially LinkedIn. What you put out on a platform, what does that say about how you view violence, for example, in this case? So how does that reflect your values, your point of view, your perspective on things? So if you think that violence is something you should joke about in your emails and on platforms where you are doing business, how does that reflect on you and your brand? And then, of course, if you're willing to, how does what you're doing affect other people? So, do you want to be known as the brand who jokes about violence or is seen as insensitive? Now, I'm not saying don't bring the subject matter of violence into a public forum for discussion. That's not what I'm saying. Discourse is important, even on a platform like LinkedIn, for example, where we're talking about business. But also on any social media platform, violence is an everyday part of our life, and including at work. And so bringing it to the public forum for a public discussion that is appropriately monitored, I mean, okay, that I can see as a thing to do. Talking about violence should not be taboo, because violence exists in the workplace. However, I think every one of us has the responsibility to treat a challenging subject matter appropriately. And instead of making a joke out of violence, if something like that happens, bring it to a forum to talk about violence. Because the truth is, millions of people in the United States experience violence at work every year. In fact, I was looking up some statistics, and violence or assault, they say, let me read it out. Assault is the fourth leading cause of workplace death in the United States. And that's violence at work. So the incident wasn't funny. It's not a good story to share for entertainment, especially in a business perspective. I'm not sure it makes a great marketing gimmick. So what I've done is, in the description, I've put two links. One is for statistics, so that we can look at the statistics of violence, especially specifically at work in this case, educate ourselves. And the other is for education and support around violence. Because it is a problem everywhere, not just the United States. I do have, these are stats for the United States, but it is a problem everywhere. Violence at work. No one should be experience violence at work. Nobody should be threatened with violence at work. Violence at work should not be something for humor and entertainment, in my opinion. So if you posted the video of the Oscar incident on social media, or you used it as a way to market yourself because you found it entertaining, I encourage you to rethink your perspective in a business context at the very least, and check out the links that I've put in the description. and consider being part of the solution of violence at work. Because if you are part of the solution of violence at work, then I think you will have an awesome story to tell. Okay, until next Monday, have a fabulous week.